Hi, I'm Liz. Welcome to the launch of my first novel and ebook this time next year. Thank you for coming. I'm going to read a couple of extracts and I hope you enjoy them. I suspect that Mr. Price, our next door neighbour, now thinks I'm guilty of murdering my husband. I'd like to say the thought had never entered my head, but I'd be lying. At least it would have added something to my highlights of the year, which currently stand at having to call the plumber to unblock the toilet and being told off for putting feminine items of hygiene down it, drinking too much and telling rude jokes at Mum's birthday party, being egged on Halloween for asking a witch where her manners were, eating too much on Christmas Day and farting during the Queen's speech, although to listen to Mum you'd have thought HM herself was in the room, having to call the plumber to unblock the toilet again and being told off that time for using too much toilet paper, husband leaving me for a bimbo. I don't want another year like that. I must get a new plumber. In fact, that's number 1 on my list, just before lose weight and find a new man. No, wait, I remember. I crossed off new man and put acquire new skill instead. Far more worthwhile. I've wasted enough of my life on useless men who only let you down. And what are they good for? When it comes down to it, who needs men anyway? Not me. I am happy to be woman alone. I am independent. I do not need a man. Alison's friends, Bev and Pippa, take her out shopping to find a new outfit in order to help her rebuild her confidence, as she's now 50 and divorced. I wasn't sure of the etiquette for bra measuring, so I was dithering over whether to remove my blouse when Marilyn appeared. "I can't measure you through your blouse, madam," she sighed. "Sorry." I took it off as she hovered. Marilyn wielded her tape expertly. "What size bra are you wearing at the moment?" Not sure really." "You're not sure?" "No, this is my best one. I haven't worn it for a while. It's probably 36 or maybe 38B. Oh, when will women ever learn?" she sighed again. "The way they treat their most precious assets is nothing short of scandalous." She disappeared and returned a few moments later with a cream contraption with more metal supports than the Severn Bridge. "Try this one on." I expected her to leave the cubicle, but she stood behind me as I removed my bra and revealed a dangling blotchy mammaries. I wouldn't have been surprised if her drawn-on eyebrows had flown off her forehead. I tried to reassure myself that she had probably seen worse, although probably only on very aged matrons. I turned the new bra inside out and back to front to up around my waist. "What are you doing?" Marilyn screeched. "I'm sorry," I said quickly, undoing the bra and giving it back to her. "I thought I was meant to put it on. I am sorry." "That's not the way to put on a bra. Really, do mothers teach their daughters nothing these days? Lean forward." I did so. "Now let your breasts fall into the cups." No problem there. Falling breasts I could do. I waited for the next instruction. At last the words, "Are you going to put your arms through?" were exhaled through smoking nostrils. "Sorry." I was beginning to sweat. She grabbed the back of the bra, yanking me up to a standing position, and fastened it. I began to breathe again, and then Marilyn had thrust her hand inside the right cup and was fiddling with my boob. "You have to get it into the right position," she said, before repeating the procedure with the left one. All I could think was that my breasts hadn't had this much attention for many a year. "There," she said when she was satisfied. "See what a difference it makes?" She ran her hand up from my rib cage to my nipple. "See how it lifts? And from nipple to cleavage to nipple. And separates." Pippa and Bev stuck their heads around the curtain. "Wow," Bev says. "Go get 'em, girl." Pippa was nodding. "It looks fantastic, Alison." Marilyn repeated her Feely routine to demonstrate the separation and cleavage. I was beginning to suspect that this woman enjoyed her job too much. Because they think she needs a new man, Alison's friends encourage her to join an internet dating site. She doesn't have her own computer at home, so they take her along to the library. I'm now a fully registered member of Dating for Pros, People Like You, Meeting Me, Meeting You, and Here for You. I was about to sign up with Boys to Men when Bev came back with the coffee and pointed out that it was a gay site, which was a shame, as they were by far the most attractive bunch. We flicked through the options. There are an awful lot of available men out there, awful being the appropriate word. We started by agreeing to avoid all those without photos, and we couldn't help wondering whether some of those with photos had made a wise decision. Then we sorted them into those who lived less than 30 miles away and were between 45 and 55. 45? Are you sure, Bev? Isn't that a bit young? At your age, 5 years is neither here nor there. It's a mere pinprick, she sniggered, although I hope it won't be. Then we got rid of those with unkempt beards and those who were bald on top but long-haired at the back, smokers, those who listed climbing and orienteering as hobbies, those who called themselves strict fundamentalists of any religion, Elton John fans, and one man who said he was looking for a woman who could make apple pie like his mam. Not that the ones who were left were much better. I'd like to borrow the mirror that some of them who described themselves as attractive must have used. Add to that the fact that most of them were either overweight or looked as though they might have criminal tendencies, and it wasn't an appetising choice. And the worst ones were the ones who used those silly little face things to show how you're meant to respond to the information they're giving you. I've been alone now for a while, sad face. But I'm ready, eager face, to start having fun, smiley face, with the right woman, coy face. Sish. By 12:30 I was ready to give up and go home, or better still, to Costa Coffee. I felt I deserved a blueberry muffin after my morning. A stud muffin is what you need, though, Bev said. You really shouldn't give up so easily, agreed Daphne. I wonder if her parents knew she was going to be a librarian when they named her. Honestly, there's some lovely men out there. You just have to persevere. You've met Mr. Wright through the website, have you? I asked. Well, no, not yet. I have been rather unfortunate in my choices. The last one was only interested in one thing. Typical, Bev said. Well, not really. There can't be that many men who have a passion for rhubarb. Life as an over 50 brings changes. I'm having to pluck hairs from my neck with frightening regularity. The beautician on television this evening said you can get quite a good pair of tweezers for £12. I'd expect an electric razor for that. Come to think of it, that might be what I'll need in a year or so. Tonight I plucked a black hair a full inch long from halfway up my neck. I hope I'm not mutating into a werewolf. I feel rather like a turkey, the one no one wanted at Christmas. My jowls are developing in much the same way as those dangly red bits on a turkey too. Alison works in an office. She works for a small firm of financial advisors. And on this particular occasion, she's having trouble with her computer. Damn you, you stupid thing! Will you do as you're told? Come on, please. Look, I'm warning you. I can do without this today of all days. I was so engrossed in haranguing the computer that I failed to notice the window cleaner coming in to be paid until he said, "Would you like me to have a look?" Normally, the arrival of the window cleaner brightens my day no end. but I wasn't in the mood for flirty banter. I wasn't in the mood for anything much, except possibly computer side. "Oh, right," I snapped. "So this would be me, man, therefore good with computers, while you, woman, less inept with anything inanimate, would it?" "Actually, it would be me, computer science graduate, offering to help you, very nice lady, with problem computer." "Oh," I crumpled. "I'm so sorry, it's just... well, it won't do anything I say, and now it's just not doing anything." "Don't worry," he grinned. "I can see you're stressed out. Would you like me to have a look?" "Oh, yes, please, I'd love it." He walked around and joined me behind my desk. I moved slightly to allow him access, but he still had to lean over me to reach the keyboard. He had a very strong, masculine smell. I thought I should make small talk. "So, how does a computer science graduate come to be cleaning windows?" "Couldn't get a job when I graduated, started doing windows to earn some money, found it was a simple, stress-free life, so carried on." "That's nice." He started doing something with the keyboard. I noticed his nails were clean and neat-edged, obviously cared for, but not excessively so. And his hands were very capable. No doubt he knows how to use them in all sorts of ways. He turned his face and looked at me expectantly. I blushed. He said, "Well, has it?" "Has it what?" "Has it tried to reset itself?" "Oh, I have no idea. It might have done." He turned back to the screen. Resisting the temptation to stroke his shoulders, I asked, "Do you work out?" "Only I was thinking of joining a gym, and I wondered if you could recommend one. The one you go to, maybe." I don't know, it doesn't look good. "Have you checked the connections?" "The what?" "Don't worry, I'll do it." He got down on his knees and squeezed under the desk between my leg and the computer. I could feel the muscles in his arm move. Then I felt his fingers walk up my calf before stopping in the bend of my knee, as though waiting for a signal from me. His breath was warm against my leg. I leaned back in my chair.